Welcome to Is It Really Worth It podcast. We are here today in the Golden Gloves gym in Toxteth, Liverpool, with the new future super flyweight IBO champion of the world, Marcel Braithwaite. Before we start, I'd just like to say a thank you to our sponsors at S&D Paving for all your civil engineering, tarmac and traffic management, and Crystal Motors for all of your transport needs. How are you, Marcel?
Yeah, I'm good. You know yourself?
Yeah, good, bro. Good, bro. You're in a stage of mayhem at the minute. You're nearly finished camp.
Yeah.
Ready for May?
Yeah. The 5th of April. It is 5th of April.
April.
I'm just calm in the chaos, man. In the midst of chaos, there's opportunity, and that's where I forged my whole career. That's where I forged my success. You know what I mean? Nothing was given, everything was taken. So this is no different. We're going to the Lions Den, going to Johannesburg, South Africa, and we're taking it. And we're taking that out of the old world title and bringing it back. You know?
Yeah. So, Marcel, where did it all begin? Where were you born?
I was born here, Liverpool, Toxteth.
So, homegrown talent again.
Yeah. I mean, we built from the ground up. The whole thing's been homegrown. I'm still at Golden Gloves. I started here in 2006, I think it was. This is my 18th year, boxing, 18th year at the Gloves.
Right.
And everything's been homegrown, from all of my amateur fights to me boxing for England to me going on to turn professional, winning the English title, British title, Commonwealth, WBC International. It's all been homegrown with the coaches from the gym that I started off with. So.
Right. So let's rewind. So born in Toxteth.
Yeah.
How was childhood?
Yeah, it was good. You know what? I used to just fight a lot. That's the whole reason my mum and dad put me in the gym. Yeah. I was just in the streets, and just a normal kid's life. Like, used to just go out with my mates, go on climbing missions, getting chased,
Fighting missions,
throwing stones at cars, getting chased. Yeah, just up to mischief, really. Like, nothing too bad, but just a bit mischievous. Yeah.
Okay. So when did you start your amateur boxing?
Started boxing when I was 12, but I mean, I was a fighter way before that.
Yeah.
I done taekwondo from when I was 4.
So you've been around contact sports from 4, 5?
Yeah. I done taekwondo when I was 4 years old. Yeah. Done kickboxing when I was 7 or 8. But I mean, when I was from infant school right up to secondary school, when it come to break time, we used to call it the fighting game.
Yeah.
we just picked 2 teams and just battered each other for the whole of break.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
They should have a lot more schools like that now.
Yeah, that was part of the making of a champion, wasn't it?
Yeah. So you started boxing at 12. You started in the Golden Gloves.
Yeah.
Right. So Wayne was there when you started?
No, Wayne was on the break. Then see the Golden Gloves. Then was at a different place as well. It was at
Just
Mile
round the
Street.
back there. Yeah.
It was at Mile Street then, and I think Wayne was at a different phase in his life then. Wayne come back to the gym. I think it was 2011. I think, yeah. Wayne come back about 2011. I started working with Wayne, and we went and won a national title in 2013.
Right. Okay. So, but most of your amateurs were with Wayne?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So how many amateurs you have?
I only had about 37 fights. Yeah.
You was on Team GB?
England, I got offered a place at Team GB at 52 kilograms, but in all honesty, I just didn't rate the coaches had nothing for me.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, like it's what you aim for, and it's what I wanted at the time. I always wanted to go the Olympics, but it's like you have your own personality. Imagine someone coming along and saying to you, oh yeah, you can be successful. You just got to completely change your personality. Like you can't talk the way you talk no more. You've got to talk like this, and I weren't feeling it. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to be me. So it weren't for me. I was like, nah, I'd rather be me. Plus, I felt like the coaches didn't have much to add to me, stylistically. So, yeah, I stayed true to my progress, rather than like the recognition that would have come with being on
the
Team
accolades
TV.
and the bullshit. Yeah.
Basically.
So, you made England.
Yeah.
Do you have many fights for England?
2 or 3. Yeah.
And how did you get on with your amateurs? How many did you win?
Yeah, I'm not sure. You know what? I was on the receiving end of a few bad decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's just boxing, isn't it?
Well,
I mean, people know boxing.
It's
yeah.
amateurs.
Yeah.
So, when did you turn pro, Marcel?
I turned pro late end of 2016. It was.
Right. And you turned pro with Wayne?
Yeah.
Okay. So, first few fights, how'd they go?
Yeah, all good. First, I remember my debut. My debut was good. It was like quality, solid performance against the awkward fighter. And it was all good. Yeah, it was all good. I just had a lot going on in my life at the time. Like, people that I grew up with. This is the thing, I think, what people don't realise sometimes is there's factors that come with where you grow up. Like, a lot of the people I grew up with, some of them were getting killed, some were going to prisons. Like, I was grieving, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'd, like, set organisations and that. People, as you're coming up, people start trying to hijack your grief and, mental health awareness. There's nothing wrong with me mental health. I was grieving.
Yeah.
Like, I'm losing people left, right and centre. Do you know what I mean? People that I grew up with are dying and that. And
Dying through crime? Gun crime, knife crime, drugs?
Yeah, some. And yeah, there was multiple layers. Like one of the lads I grew up with got shot like five times and he died. There was a crazy story to the people I grew up with. There was a lad and a girl that I grew up with, and basically say that there was 2 lads and a girl. The lad had a twin sister, and one of my mates was seeing his twin sister and nobody knew. It was just behind closed doors. Then they come out, they ended up being together. The relationship was a bit toxic. She ended up stabbing and killing him. They had a kid together as well. She ended up stabbing him, killing him. He's dead, she goes to prison. It's a messed up situation, you know what I mean? I'm seeing his mum grieving. I don't even know what to say. You know what I mean?
It's a knock-on effect from one act of knife crime, what affects so many people.
Yeah.
So, you've been around fuckery, you know. So how?
Yeah.
So, as boxing, do you think boxing has kept you motivated to stay away from that? You know, do you think this has given you a much better window to stay inside rather than go down that fuckery path?
Yeah, definitely. I think even just training, just having the gym there at times when it was like I was feeling stuff on my chest and like not knowing how to deal with some of the emotions is just a blessing that I had the gym to train.
Yeah.
And I had kind of like a community and family in the gym, because if it weren't for that, I don't know what I would have done with the pain.
Well,
I had nowhere to go.
I think you only get that kind of family unit, Marcel, in boxing gyms.
Yeah.
You don't get it. Listen, you can go MMA, you can go kickboxing, but a boxing gym gives a different brotherhood. Yeah. It's like
I can remember me personally, all of my stable mates, even now, we're still close. We're still, every time we see each other, it's all, you know what I mean? It's, and boxing is a sport where only boxing provides that. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So you've stayed into the boxing's kept you grounded when you had a lot of opportunities. You could have easily said, fuck it, this is how I'm going to deal with this kind of trauma. I'm going to go fucking mad.
Yeah.
So you've stayed grounded, you've stayed true to your goal. So your goal, so you turned pro, your first few fights have gone well. Let's move to your first loss. Yeah. Because this is an angle I just want to get through to talk about what I want to talk about. Yeah. Let's go to your first loss.
Yeah.
Over to you.
First loss, the way I remember it, it's hard to recognise as a fighter when you should be in the ring and when you shouldn't. If you've never took a loss, certain things going on in your life, you can't recognise whether you're like your normal self or not. Do you know what I mean? You just, because all you know is fighting. At the time, my granddad had fell ill and was dying, and like people that I grew up with was dying. There was a lot going on, and I'm a fighter at heart. So all I know is fight. It's how I deal with things. You know what I mean? I go to the gym, I train and that. So I just couldn't recognise at the time that I shouldn't have been in the ring then.
So you were going through trauma and grieving.
Yeah.
So was that first loss with Wayne?
No, you know what? At the time, I'd gone to No Limits because we'd just got the new gym and it was Wayne on his own running the pros, the amateurs, and he was doing shows.
That's here?
Yeah.
You've got the new gym here,
Yeah. But as I say, he's Wayne on his own doing the pros, the amateurs, and doing pro shows as well. So it was just like, it's not a one-man job. Do you know what I mean? You need a team. So at the time, I'd gone to No Limits, and I remember another factor with the fight. I remember I'd done a water loading, and I went clued up about water loading. So coach had told me how to water load, whatever. But then the fight was at the same day weigh-in. They didn't bother to tell me that you can't do water loading and have a same day weigh-in.
No.
So I was like, I'm not realising when I get in the ring, like I'm zapped. There's like
nothing in you.
I've done like water loading and I've got 2 hours to refuel. Yeah, it was crazy. So, and then when in the fight, I remember I got hit in the eye, like directly on my eyeball. I couldn't see. I was seeing double. It was just a nightmare. Just like everything that could have went wrong. And that was that. I just had to hold that L, take the loss. I took a lot of losses at the time in life.
Yeah.
The same, my granddad had fell ill. I was losing some of the people I grew up with. I lost that fight. There was just a lot going on, a lot of losses all at once.
Do you think if you had have been with Wayne then, he would have let you fight?
No.
Why?
Simply because he cares about me and the people I was with then didn't.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to put something out there. Is it because, or could it be because he don't just care for you, but he knows you?
Yeah.
Right. Because a lot of fighters, Marcel, I've done it myself. You think, I'm not getting the work I should be getting. I'm not getting enough of the work I should be getting. I'm going to go to another camp and see if they can get me to work. And I just fucked up. I never had a loss, but I didn't even get a bit of work out the other camp. And when I came back to my old trainer, I'd picked up so many bad habits. I was like, kids I was blowing away a year ago were knocking the shit out of me when I came back. And I'm not unfit. I'm as fit as I was, but it's the habits. other trainers don't know what is best for you because they don't really know you.
Yeah, yeah.
So you had a couple of losses away from Wayne, and then you came back to Wayne.
Yeah, I had that one loss away from Wayne.
Right.
That one loss.
So now you're back. You're on track for your first world title. Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving into the world title, how's camp gone?
Flying, you know.
Good camp.
Yeah, the way I see things now, it's just like I take the rough with the smooth. Like nothing's perfect in life. I've had a few little niggles along the way, but I've got it done. Regardless what's happened, what's been going on, because life's not perfect.
No.
But regardless what's been going on, I've got it done, and I'm happy. I'm happy with this, despite all the things going on. I'm happy.
Happy fight is a dangerous
That's
fight.
what
You
I'm
know
saying,
that.
yeah. I think it's just something within myself where I feel like I've matured and I'm just built differently now. My mindset's solid. And you know what? I've just been taking people out left, right and centre as well. That's one thing I've got to say. I've been putting man down. Like,
We've been hearing, yeah. We've been hearing.
Yeah. So,
Some big fucking men and all.
yeah, man. It's like, yeah, I'm sparring people bigger than that as well. So, yeah, something's changed. That's just something I've got to acknowledge. Something's changed and I'm moving different.
Yeah. And a lot of that, I don't think, you see, because I never realised at the time as a fighter, I don't think you realise just how influential your trainer is, not just mentally, physically, but in that kind of zone area where you're so comfortable with what you're doing in camp, where the camp's going, and everything around you is just perfection. That's when a fight is really dangerous, because of that relationship with a trainer, his gym mates, you know what I mean? And it's all like so powerful, man, and it's the best buzz, isn't it?
Yeah, that's something I'm experiencing at the minute, because there's a couple times I thought, I'm going to speak to Wayne about that tomorrow. But before I get to say it, Wayne comes to me and says it. And I'm like, boom, we're on wavelength.
Yeah.
Or he pulled me in the corner. Like the other day, I was sparring, someone went to do something, and then Wayne was like, stop. I was like, don't say it, I'm about to do it.
You knew what he was going to
say. Yeah, no,
I
seen it. But that mental connection's there.
Right, I'm just going to get to that bit there.
Yeah.
There was some, and you're going to understand what I'm saying here now. Some of my pro fights, there would be parts of them fights where I can't get to the corner. I can't get to my corner. I've got another 2 minutes to go. But a glance at my corner, and I'd know exactly what the lunatic would want me to do.
Yeah, from the look. Just from the look, yeah.
And you've got that with Wayne.
Yeah.
And once you get that with a trainer, you know that's golden. Yeah. It is so golden, and it can't come from anywhere else, because I've had a couple of fights where I haven't had my trainer with me, and it's like, I don't even want to go back to the corner. At the end of the round, it's like, fucking hell. Because what you're going to get out the corner, you're going to get nothing out that corner, you know what I mean? Yeah. But once you've got that vibe with a trainer, and you both sing off the same sheet, that's so powerful, Marcel, man. Yeah. Trust me, it's so powerful. And if you look back at a lot of the records and trainer-fighter relationships, look at Naz. Yeah. The second he left Brendan, boom, gone. You know, so the trainer-fighter relationship, I think, is so important in a pro career, because once you've got that depth with your fighter, and your fighter totally believes and trusts in you, you're a dangerous fighter, a proper dangerous fighter, because you're so chilled in the knowledge that, you've both got this, man. Yeah, he knows what I need to do. I know what I need to do. We're both on the same vibe. You know what I mean? And it's easily achievable. Yeah,
there's like, you know, it's funny you say that, because like testament to that, there's like a sixth sense that when I'm sparring, I can feel Wayne's reaction. I can feel him observing. I can feel his watchful eye, and I know, like, if I do something wrong, I can feel like,
He's going to have the
Yeah, when I'm doing something right, I can feel him smiling. You know what I mean? I can feel that while it's going on, so I know without even looking. And then, like you said before, it takes a slight glance.
Yeah.
And then they get back to the corner, and it's like, that connection's there. I think, and that's key. Yeah, I think that's something that is golden. If when times get like when there's trying times and things get tested, it's things like that. That's gold.
Come on, yeah.
It's because it's like it was a communication's key, but for me, it's comprehension's key. And the fact that I can comprehend what he means just from a look.
Yeah, just a glance.
It's gold.
And that relationship, you know how hard that is to get in boxing? Yeah. And fucking, trust me, it's hard, man. You look across the world and you still won't find that. Once you find it, don't let it go, Marcel.
Yeah. It takes years. I suppose it takes years. I've been with Wayne for years. It's not something that you could go and just...
You can't do in 6 months.
No.
That kind of like vibe and between a fighter trainer can't never be done in 6 months. Can't be done in a year.
Yeah.
It takes years and years of knowing that person. So, your big day is coming up soon, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Camp's going well. When are you going out there next week?
No, I think we go towards the end of the month, about 10 days early before the fight.
Right, 10 days before, to acclimatise, isn't it, high altitude?
Yeah.
Johannesburg, beautiful weather, beautiful place to win a world title.
Yeah.
So, where do you see yourself, Marcel, in a year?
In a year's time, another world title. That's it. I've got to say, in a year's time, I'm going to have one on each shoulder. I'll have about 6 belts at that point, but it's more so the little things that I see in a year's time. It's here in the ends and in the gym, it's going to be different. There's things like the impact I wanted to have. I think a lot of fighters go wrong, they aim for they want this life and they want the material. It's like, I wanted to make change in the ends. I wanted to make change for the kids. I've went and booted down doors, and the reason I've always been myself and I haven't folded to no pressure to communicate a certain way, because it's like, nah, if I go and do that, I go and sell out and start being like that, these kids ain't gonna relate to me.
Come on.
So it's like, I'll go through a lot of shit so these kids don't have to. Do you know what I mean? And that's just me being real, but it's the impact that I wanted to have, and that's part of my purpose.
Oh, brilliant.
You know what I mean?
Bro,
So
that is, do you know how powerful that is? For a fighter at your stage to say that.
Yeah.
That is proper, bro.
Yeah.
Proper. So
it's getting closer. It's like that whole thing is becoming a reality. Some of the visions that I held in my mind are becoming a reality. You know?
But the visualising is so positive, because once you visualise them belts, you know you're going to get them belts.
Yeah.
So that's a year's window, okay? We're going to go for a 3-year window now. Where are you in 3 years? Put another couple of belts on.
Yeah, maybe in some other... I don't know if I should let that off the back.
Don't say nothing you're not supposed to say. You're going to stay at super flyweight. Can you see yourself staying at super fly?
Yeah, but I think that once I win this world title now, the options open up. I mean, I've seen other people look like they're on a trajectory to world titles in other weights, but I know I'll smash them.
Yeah.
So, given they get there, I might have to come for them. I might have to come for them.
Once you're there, I'm coming.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So yeah, 3 years time, the gym's going to be on the map globally. For me, it's like, the gym on the map, some big TV companies and that here in the ends, in Toxteth, on Lodge Lane, in the gym, do you know what I mean? The kids all witnessing that, the belts, everything, and I just want it to be homegrown, authentic, as much as things will change in the sense of, like, you're able to do more, and like you can do more, you can have more, but I want it to still be the same authentic vibe that we had from the jump. You know what I mean? And I think as long as that's still there, I'll take all that other stuff. Yeah, that's just what comes with the game. I'll take all of that and deal with all of that, because it's, as I say, some people aim for all of that. For me, it's like, I'll deal with it as long as we get this done. You know what I mean? As long as we serve this purpose, I'll deal with that. And in 3 years' time, I think the vision will be complete. Yeah, it'll be popping there.
Okay. I'm going to go to 5 years' time now, and then I'm going to go somewhere else. But where are you in 5 years' time?
5 years' time, I'm going to be real. I'm one of the best athletes on the planet. The best athlete on the planet for my weight.
Love that.
Yeah, the best athlete on the planet for my weight.
Right, you've just said something there. I want to push this past retirement now, because you've just said something there to me, Marcel, what really means a lot to not just me, but is it really worth it podcast. You've just said about making a change for the youngers coming through, the next gen. What would be your plans on a change? What would you want to implement, you know, or build, or?
Yeah, I just want to show like kids in the ends, and like kids from, not even so much from where I come from, location wise, but people that come from struggle, or come from places where there's less opportunity. I just want to show them that it can be done. Do you know what I mean? And I won't stop at boxing. If there's other things I can go and do just to show that it can be done, I'll do it. Like it's something I've never spoken, but I've done a lot education-wise. I've got qualifications on qualifications. I just ain't spoken.
Was that for, the qualifications you've got? Was that from school or schooling yourself?
Schooling myself, when I was at school. But then there came a time when I realised the knowledge I was seeking, you ain't never going to find in a school.
Yeah, I love that.
So I kind of detached from that. And one thing I've learned is, and this is key if I could say anything to like the youth or people looking up, is always be a student. You know what I mean? That's one thing. Like, I'll always be a student
of the
in
sport.
life. I always have that hunger for knowledge. And yeah, so I've studied a lot. Like from when I left school, I done all my GCSEs, then I done a BTEC level 3 in sport, I done an MVQ level 3 in sport and excellence. I've done my Reiki levels 1, 2 and 3, so I know about energy and all that. I've done a yoga course so I can teach yoga. I've done a herbalist course, so I know about all herbs and healing and stuff in that sense. And then I recently done a teaching qualification, but also prepared into teaching a lifelong learning sector.
So you can teach kids now, the pedals,
yeah.
or you can be an assistant teacher, can't you?
Yeah. Or even so, say there's personal training courses. That's another thing. I've done fitness instructor and personal training courses as well. If there's a course to be delivered, I can deliver the course.
Deliver the course.
Yeah. So it's just opening doors. So yeah, that's some of the things I've done education-wise, and I'm not planning on stopping there.
Oh, brilliant, man.
All
of that, what you've done, is a part of giving back for your future. Trust me. And that will come and pay you back a million times over, man. So well done, man.
It's funny because I think people normally do it the other way around. They achieve in the career and then they think about after the career. For me, it's been the other way around because it's been that much of a long path. And I'm gonna just be real about it. They tried to block me. Like they didn't want it. They didn't want me being at the top. My face didn't fit the bill. You know what I mean? They didn't, for what I stand for, they didn't want that being put on no pedestal. So I took the long route. But I understood from the jump. It's like, okay, in this time that it'll take me this time. I'll build my career. Like when I get on top now, I'm in it for the long run. I'm going to reign for the long, long time.
And what age are you now?
29.
You can as well.
Yeah, so I'm about to reign for the long time. So it's like, I didn't mind not getting the recognition and all that. I kind of didn't want it. because
You didn't
too
need
much,
it.
Yeah, I didn't need that, and too much spotlight probably would have knocked me off my game. Anyway, it would have been, there's distractions that come with it. There's women, there's a lot of people, everyone wants to be your mate, everyone, we come here, come there, and there's women, there's partying and all that. It's a blessing for me to have not had too much limelight, because it allowed me to study and grow.
Yeah, brilliant.
So it kept me humble, and I grew through it. Now, as I say, when I get on top now, I'm about to reign for the long time.
Right. So we're going to move now to a couple of favourites. Favourite food?
Watermelon.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So, yeah, watermelon, man. It's gotta be.
You got to be the first person I've ever known. Watermelon?
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because
Okay.
it's like when that watermelon hits different, especially on a hot day, man. But like, if you've been in the gym and you're like, sometimes I'm in the gym for hours, yeah, and sometimes I can sweat out so much, and like, by the time you're done, your body needs something. You get watermelon, and it's
Okay. Favourite film?
New Jack City.
New Jack City. Okay. Favourite fighter?
Favorite Tyson.
Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Favourite fight?
Gatti Ward.
Oh, which one?
I'm not sure. I'm not
They was
sure.
all bangers, so it don't matter which one. Every one of them was a banger.
Yeah. I'd have to say the Gatti Ward trilogy, you
Yeah.
know, because you can't really pick one without the. It's like one builds for the next.
Yeah. Favourite holiday destination?
That I've been.
Been? Want to go?
Favorite that I want to go is Thailand.
Yeah? Beautiful place. A couple of things before we finish, Marcel. You've been on, you've seen a lot. You've been on the outskirts of a lot of, a little bit of naughty behaviour. What would your message be to kids just coming through, and they've got an opportunity to either turn left or turn right in life? What would your advice be, or message?
Message would be loyal to yourself first. I mean, like, can't commit yourself to a false cause, and the people that are around you now probably ain't gonna be there in 10 years time, 15, 20 years time. So like, don't get caught up in what's cool and trends or whatever, because what's cool ain't what's good for you. You know what I mean? And what's cool isn't what's gonna make your loved ones proud enough. So I stay 10 toes down on your mission. Be loyal to yourself, to your growth. Be loyal to your growth. As long as you're growing and working on yourself, you ain't never gonna go astray.
Yeah, good advice. Yeah. You ever heard of John Conte?
Yeah.
I've got to say it. He reminds me of John Conte. I've got to fucking say it.
Funny enough, he presented me an award actually. I won an award in sport, and with Everton in the community, and he presented it.
Yeah, what a fighter. What a fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've got your mannerisms and it's like, whoa. So, great podcast. Thanks for coming on. But could we come back? Do you know what? I don't want to leave it as long as 3 years. I'd like to come back in a year when you got that belt.
I mean, I'll be world champion next month.
Couple of months.
Next month I'll be world champion if you want to come back then.
Well, we've got to come back for Wayne. So,
yeah, man.
we'll leave that. I'll tell you what we'll do then. We'll come back for you, Wayne, when he's got the belt. Yeah?
Yeah.
Marcel?
Just something to look forward to.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Welcome, man. Thank
God
you.
bless you, my brother,
Yeah,
man.
man. Nice one,
And
brother.
you got this.
Yeah, man.
Come on.
Nice one, man. Nice one, brother. Nice one. Yeah, man.
Love it, love it, love it.